Meme coins went absolutely stupid on Cardano over the past 2 months, and a lot of people have been asking me whether or not I think the meme coin season is over or if it still has some life left in it. So in this video, I'm going to cover some of the different meme coins that are out on Cardano, as well as my personal thoughts and opinions on where these different coins are going to go. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. This past meme coin cycle has been absolutely insane, guys, and what's really interesting about this cycle in general is that usually it occurs when a lot of new retail people come in because the market is super bullish and they don't really care about technology or anything. They're like, yo, let me get some Doge, let me get some Shiba. But what's really interesting about this one is this wasn't the case. Instead, we're in a deep bear market where I think people just got really bored for a while, and then all of a sudden Pepe came out of nowhere and absolutely turned everything on its head. So in this video, I'm actually just going to tell you guys what exactly happened from my point of view, whether or not I made some money from it, and what I'm doing now, and kind of like a natural, person to person type thing, or I guess camera to person. So basically what happened, guys, we have this coin, Pepe, which was like the biggest meme out of all memes. And I have no idea how Pepe hadn't come around and blown up before now. But basically, a couple months ago, I think back in, April, they had come out and they were pretty much going sideways for the longest time. And then in the start of May, all of a sudden you had a lot of people talking about it and it blew up all the way to a 1.5 billion market cap. And this is where you get all the stories of, oh, I turned $50 into $1 million. And there are people that literally did this because it was thousands of thousands of thousands of X on your money. And whenever people miss out on Pepe, miss out on a massive run, people will look for different alternatives. And this is where we started seeing on a bunch of chains, Cardano included, and not just Binance Smart Chain, where a lot of these different shitcoins come out. This is where we really saw a lot of them come out and people making crazy gains. Now, what's really interesting about meme coins in general, guys, is it's not really a sustainable thing. At the end of the day, it's really PvP. I talked about it in one of my last meme coin videos, and it's all about hoping that there are more people that buy it after you. And it was funny on Cardano, seeing a lot of people have mixed feelings about it, all of this stuff. But I think as long as you understand and know the game here, people can play the game if they want to play the game. It's my personal opinion. If you want to go to the casino and, have the house have odds against you, but you still bet, you kind of know the house is going to win, but you're like, screw it. Let me, put $50 on black or something like that. And that's kind of what was happening with these different meme coins, where you're just hoping that more people got in after you. But because of that, it wasn't really sustainable. It's never really sustainable. And that's why these cycles are usually pretty quick with these meme coins. And what's been happening over this past month, especially over the past 2 weeks, is you've started to see a lot of these different coins, especially in the meme coin category, take significant hits. SNEC alone is down over 51% in this past 7 days. I actually think the number is higher than that. You have Pepe down to only 350 million market cap when it was at 1.5 billion. And you have a lot of these different coins taking very significant hits as people realize that sort of the liquidity is starting to dry up here. Now, onto the Cardano side of things, usually Cardano doesn't really participate in a lot of these different meme coins or just DeFi in general because it's still a very new ecosystem. But what was interesting is the TVL on Cardano, or the total value locked, was actually already going up as you had a lot of people start to invest in Indy and ADA and a bunch of these other cryptos that were finally releasing their protocols. And then all of a sudden, you had none other than SNEC come out and really be the Pepe, in a sense, of the Cardano blockchain. You had Goofy Crisp, who is a very well-known person in this space, start this. It was all based on the Chilled Kongs meme of their SNEC, which came from the Magic Kongs. And then all of a sudden, this thing really started to take off. And people that were complaining about not getting into Pepe now all of a sudden had their opportunity on Cardano to really get a huge gain. Now, I know that we already had Hosky and we already had a couple other meme coins out there, but none of them had really gained the traction of something like SNEC, and none of them really had the really amazing distribution of SNEC as well. Almost all of the tokens went out right away. It was only like a 120,000 ADA pre-sale raise. Shout out to Goofy for bringing up the pre-sale in the block investment group. So I know a lot of people made a ton of money off SNEC during this meme coin cycle, but this thing just caught storm, guys. And it was one of those things where I had gone in really early and sold too much really early just because I couldn't believe what was happening. This was literally a 1300x your money situation if you got in the pre-sale and sold on the top. And a lot of times, just like Pepe, how other coins were coming out because people missed it, the same exact thing happened on Cardano, where you really started to see a lot of these meme coins come out. And if you were someone that got in really early and got into the pre-sale and you made sure it wasn't a rug or it had a good likelihood of succeeding, a lot of them were profitable to get in and out of. Some of the major ones to bring up here is going to be Bank. You also had Stable do really well, and they're still pumping. You had Ron come out recently. You had the Cock token, which was another big one. And then you had the Spicy token. So the name of the game, guys, was really finding these meme coins early, getting in the pre-sale ideally, and then flipping them or taking your profits after you had a 2x or 3x once it went public. And a lot of people were FOMOing about it. But kind of what's been happening over the past couple weeks here or past month, as a lot of this has started to slow down as things have become oversaturated. And there were a couple aspects that happened on Cardano in particular that really had a lot of these meme coins take a massive hit. Very similar to how Pepe was leading the movement on meme coins. Once Pepe really started to drop, it had an impact on all the other meme coins out there, including SNEC. And there was so much buildup, so much upwards momentum of SNEC with very little pullbacks that once they had some of their catalyst news or big news like being listed on centralized exchanges, and once Pepe really took a hit, all of a sudden you saw some of the whales take massive sells. And because there isn't a ton of ADA pooled in this pool, even though 4 million ADA is a lot, it leads to high price impact if you have some of these major whales sell out. For example, this huge red candle right here, I believe was just from one major whale selling like 600,000 ADA worth, and all of a sudden that put in a lot of stop sells from people that had that, and it triggered this massive sell-off. And you've had a couple of these really large wicks where massive whales would sell, and it would just trigger a lot of these different sell orders. And then SNEC has probably dipped around 70 to 80% because of that. And because SNEC was dipping, very similar to Pepe, now a lot of the other different coins on Cardano were also dipping as well. So it kind of led to this situation where now all of a sudden meme coins had been, getting oversaturated and having a sell-off on the macro sense. Then on Cardano, you had SNEC, which that had a massive sell-off. So then that's impacting everything below that. And now everything below that was having a massive sell-off. And now there aren't very many new meme coins coming out. And if they are coming out, they aren't doing too well. Now, the other thing that was really impacting these different meme coins, guys, is that there were people that started to heavily buy the LP or the initial release when it came to the public. One of those situations were Cock, where all of a sudden you had a 26x right away because you had a variety of bots. One of them was from Frosty, which was a private bot. You had Ada Anvil have a bot. You had Melon from Jungle make a bot. You had Tokenizer have their bot. And all of a sudden, all of these botters were heavily buying into the LP, which would send it to the absolute moon, but would just cause an immediate crash after the fact. And the same exact thing happened to Spicy, guys, where everyone was buying in that was retail or from bots. It went on a crazy pump, and then all of a sudden there was a massive dump. So between botters being able to get such a large amount of the supply and just dumping it right away, and on top of a lot of people being mad that they've been losing money on this, on top of a lot more cryptos and a lot more coins coming out, and then the overall macro sense of both SNEC and Pepe going down, we have seen a lot. I said Pepe, but once you saw all of these things happen, you've really seen a decline or a pullback in a lot of these different meme coins, with really only SNEC holding a lot of its value at 80 million, and then maybe you can throw Bank in there at a 10 million and Stable in there at, I guess, a 21 million right now. As far as my personal journey with went for this whole entire meme coin cycle and what my personal thoughts are right now, I was luckily able to get into a lot of these meme coins early simply because Jelly Cube's in the Block Investment Group. And I know this sounds like a show, but really, guys, this is the only reason that I was able to keep up with all these different meme coins coming out. And luckily, I was able to get into a lot of them early. I got into Bank early, I got into Ron early, I got into Cock early, I got into Spicy early. And because of that, I was able to get in and most of the time get out of these different positions. I'm still holding a little bit of Bank and Snack, and I still have a little bit of Spicy, but for the most part, I was just getting into these positions and then trying to sell as quickly as possible once the LP got added. Because a lot of times, guys, it would go on this massive run where everyone's buying, and I knew that the bots were really propping up the price as well and taking a lot of the supply. So I was really just trying to sell out of my different positions and take those profits and kind of move it on to the next meme coin. Now, what's going on is a lot of this has become oversaturated, like I was saying earlier, so I haven't really been getting in to any of the new meme coins, especially since a lot of them, or a lot of the good ones, just get botted, and if you didn't get an OG or if you didn't get a pre-sale, you're probably going to lose your money and not be as fast as those different bots. So for the most part, I'm kind of sidelining right now, but there is a chance that this meme coin cycle comes back a little bit, but I do think the major run or the major push has happened. And with everything going on with Cardano and the SEC and just the SEC calling a bunch of cryptos securities in general, I am a little bit hesitant in believing that this run is going to bounce back or going to continue. The major indicator or thing that could bring back a whole entire meme coin cycle is if SNEC, which is kind of like the Bitcoin of Cardano meme coins, goes on a massive run again. And I'm actually a big believer in SNEC in the long term. I know Goofy, I know Rami, who's also helping a lot with this project, and they have a lot of things working all in parallel, and the momentum they have is insane. So if they are able to get SNEC on a massive run again, and if they can keep their holder count up, and if they can continue to keep the volume up, which they have been at around 10 million ADA today, and they've been getting pretty much an average of 10 million ADA every day and still getting the most volume out of any crypto out there. If they can take that volume and they can continue to increase their holder count, and they can continue to kind of liquidate these different whales that are basically selling a bunch and really resisting the price, and they can come out with all this catalyst, then potentially SNEC will go on a massive run again. We're at about a 4 to 5x difference from their all-time high, so it's definitely possible that this sort of thing could happen if they introduce all of their different deflationary aspects that they're bringing out. One of their deflationary aspects is their new stake pool that just came out, so they're taking all their rewards from this stake pool and they're basically using that to burn their different SNEC token. They also have an exchange now where you can swap ETH to SNEC. They have a game coming out with Paema Studios as well as Kodiak by Monald. They have something coming out with them. So there's a lot of things working in tandem, and I would definitely keep an eye on SNEC as far as a long-term investment. I don't know how much lower it's going to go or if it has bottomed here, but if SNEC does end up going on a massive run with all this catalyst that's coming out over the next couple months, and as long as ADA doesn't really go to shit in a sense because of this whole SEC thing, then I think that we could have a bounce back in some of the other meme coins out there. Now, I personally, if I'm investing in meme coins, are looking more into holding SNEC more than any of the other meme coins out there, simply because I think they have the most potential, even though there might be some additional upside with some of these lower coins. When I look at something like Bank, yes, they're about a tenth of the market cap of something like SNEC, but I definitely think that SNEC just has so much going on for it, so much meme potential, such a strong community, and really a lot of aspects that haven't come online yet, which in my opinion makes it a little bit more than just a meme coin. Now, as far as getting into something other than SNEC, I do think Bank has a decent amount of potential just because the team are a bunch of whales. They're all doxed. I know, some of them had doxed with us. We aren't doing doxing anymore, but I know that this team has a lot going on. They have a lot of real world experience. They have a ton of plans. They're coming out with their Monopoly game. They're making out a lot of different partnerships with different projects to be in their Monopoly game, and they have a lot of stuff going on. As far as some of the other ones that I'm looking at, it's really just some of these major ones. Stable, I'm personally taking a step back. Their holder count is still only 1,000 holders. I'd really like to see them have a lot more holders, but part of the problem with Stable, guys, is you have this one whale with 10% of all the supply, and he could really kill this if he wanted to. He's saying that he's going to lock up his tokens and all these things, so that has some potential. But really, I think Stable has just been going on too much of a run, and I'd rather pay attention to some of these other meme coins out there. Now, Stable has done some cool stuff where they built in this Minesweeper as well as Pinball into their site, but for the most, and even like this sort of little racing game as a giveaway prize, but for the most part, I'm staying away from that one. You also had Ron that came out recently that's been getting a little bit more life and a little bit more traction as of recently, and you can kind of see here, guys, they have a couple things that are planned, like different burn mechanisms, different revenue generation for holders, hiring additional mods. They invested a decent amount of their own money into this. Ron, who's the founder, is a successful business owner, so maybe he has a lot of different things planned for it. But for the most part, I haven't really been seeing too much traction or their holder count go up very much, so I haven't really been investing in Ron either, even though I see some decent upside potential in this one. As far as Cock goes, they really just died as soon as they had launched. They are selling their project to another investor, so it'll be interesting to see what he has planned for it, but I don't really know if this guy has too much experience when it comes to managing projects or just managing meme coins in general, so I'm staying away from this one. And then the last one that I have my eyes on are Spicy, simply because this was released by the Peppermint team, and they already have some different things where you can buy Spicy using Bitcoin, and supposedly they might have Spicy as a way to get into some of the projects that are minting with them. I have no idea, but it's at least on my radar. I had sold some of this and kept some of this from my OG, but yeah, it's just kind of on my radar. Now, I know a lot was said in this video, but to kind of summarize my thoughts and opinion here, I do think that the meme coin cycle has died for the most part, but there is a chance for a revival as long as the SNEC token goes on a massive run. I think meme coins in general are in Cardano. Their lifeline is attached to SNEC, and if SNEC can perform, the rest of these are going to perform as a result for the most part. I do think there's a chance that SNEC could go on a massive run simply because they have so much catalyst coming out, but there's a lot of external factors such as the SEC labeling Cardano as a security that could really dampen the growth or dampen the movement of SNEC. Now, SNEC is still getting a ton of holders, they're still getting a ton of volume, and that gives me a little bit more confidence that this sort of run is a possibility. And if I was to invest in just one meme coin or invest a lot of my, if I was trying to make a portfolio of meme coins, I would have the vast majority in the SNEC token. If SNEC does go on a run, maybe you can put some of those profits into some of the smaller meme coins because you might anticipate a pop-off in them if SNEC does run. And in that situation, I would mostly stick to Bank or Ron. Stable is a little too sketchy right now. And then Spicy and Cock are pretty low market caps, so they have a lot to overcome before I'd invest in them more heavily, unless you wanted just a little bit of a moon bag. If this does happen too, guys, we might see some new meme coins come out again. My advice to anyone that's trying to invest in new meme coins is that it's going to get botted if it has potential, and you're better off not buying right away because you're just going to be the exit liquidity to the different bots as well as OG and pre-sale. My personal strategy would be trying to get OG and try to get a whitelist or try to get into that pre-sale and then selling right away, because you're going to have a lot of exit liquidity in a sense from everyone that bought that or everyone that's trying to buy in right away when it goes to the public. If they missed out on that OG and whitelist, I'd be very hesitant to actually buying them as a long term or really investing in them or buying as soon as it goes on the secondary, because a lot of these meme coins are going to fail, guys. And a lot of the newer meme coins have actually been going below pre-sale, especially with all the different bots getting a lot of that initial LP. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the whole entire story here. Meme coin season was honestly really great, not only for Jellycube holders, but also for myself. And I can happily say that I made more money than I lost, which is always a great thing when it comes to these different meme coins. I hope that this meme coin cycle gets revived, and if it does, like I said, it's going to be up to SNEC here, because there are a lot of opportunities to make money in the space if you're able to be on top of things, pay attention, and get in early. And honestly, Cardano DeFi in general, guys, is still super small, but still growing at a very fast rate. So pay attention to some of these other DeFi tokens as well. And because of that, I'm actually going to be doing different guides or different overviews and breakdowns of all these different Cardano DeFi tokens. So if you want to be on top of that, as well as some of the different meme coins that are coming out, make sure to stay tuned to the channel, as well as join the Jelly Cubes if you want to be even more on top of it than the YouTube channels. But yeah, that wraps everything up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and have an awesome day.